My drum setups are usually geared toward the session, which rarely includes anything but a few drums and cymbals. So when a viewer asked me to add bongos and play some Latin grooves, my first reaction was, really? Bongos? But I kept an open mind, and I'm glad I did. It got me out of my comfort zone and inspired me to play more creatively. While I was experimenting with where to place the bongos, something unexpected came out, a beat I'd never played before. I've never used bongos specifically for Latin beats on the drum kit, so I'm exploring not just how they sound, but where to put them and how they might unlock new grooves or unexpected vibes. I found that where you place the bongo really depends on how you're planning to use it. And what the rest of your kit, or even the space you're playing in, allows. If it's just for fills or sound effects, for me, placement doesn't seem to matter as much. But if I'm trying to work it into a groove, especially something more beat-driven, the placement could make a big difference. While I was experimenting with where to place the bongos, something unexpected came out, a beat I'd never played before. I cleaned it up a bit, shaped a few ideas, and decided to keep the bongo just above the hi-hat. That spot felt right for what I wanted to do, so let's get into the lesson. It's a simple Latin hybrid groove, some Cuba, some Brazil, with a little layer of funk. Since the viewer asked me to demonstrate some Latin rhythms, I started simple with a bit of a Cuban idea on the bongo and more of a Brazilian idea on hi-hat and kick drum. I supposed I could add some snare in the rack and floor toms, but for this video I wanted to show some of my process for building beats by starting with an idea and making small tweaks to establish a little variety. When I don't know what to play for a situation like this, I think about drum parts for different traditional musical styles like wawonko. Now, I'm not aiming to play wawonko for this groove, but the drum conversation ideas can be very helpful. To start, I tried playing the hembra, the larger bongo drum, on the and count of beats 2 and 4, giving the groove that low drum upbeat on the back of the phrase like you might hear in a wawonko. This allowed me to play a part on the macho that starts on the second 16th note on beat 3, and for the Afro-Cuban experts watching, this macho part is inspired by the Matanzas quinto part on the 3 side of clave. So this is not wawonko, I'm simply borrowing from those rhythms as inspiration. Earlier I had mentioned that the hi-hat and kick drum parts were inspired by Brazilian rhythms. In particular, the kick drum is the surdo part and the hi-hat is the shaker. Beyond adapting the instruments and rhythms, the rest of the rhythms and how the groove comes together is simply a modern pop rock beat.
1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a...
I wouldn't call it Latin, mostly because that term overly generalizes a huge cultural region with many musical innovations, but it's definitely influenced by Brazilian and Cuban percussion instruments.
Examples 3 and 4 will be on Patreon, available to free tier members for only the first 30 days after the upload. Full access is provided to paid tiers indefinitely.
I love my concert toms. These are pearl crystal beats. You might have seen them pop up in a few videos. Not only do they look cool, and hey, there's nothing wrong with looking cool, but they also open up a more melodic way of playing that really inspires me. I've been wanting to work them in to my regular setup for a while, but I never found the right motivation until now. As I was messing around with these bongo grooves, it hit me. This could totally work with 2 small concert toms. So I jumped online, ordered a 6-inch crystal beat tom, and once it showed up, I threw a new head on it to match the kit. And while the grooves do work, I have to be honest, the vibe isn't quite the same. The concert toms bring a different kind of energy. They don't replace the bongos, but they definitely spark new ideas. I'm excited to keep experimenting with them, especially the 6-inch and 8-inch sizes, because they fit in so many places around the kit. Their sound sits somewhere between a double-headed tom and a timbale, and I love that. Perfect for fills, accents, or even building entirely new beats around. If you like this video and you want to watch more, check out this one suggested to you by YouTube. And if you want more from Rhythm Notes, click this link over here. It takes you to a page with links to sign up for my email list and Patreon, where you can access my full lesson PDF library, including the explanation and analysis for examples 3 and 4.